Hey guys, what is going on? The Zip of RageQuitTV wishing you a happy new year, as this will be uploaded to YouTube in 2012 most likely. We have Liquid TLO versus WhiteRa. Liquid TLO spawning as the red Zerg and WhiteRa spawning as the blue Protoss. It is going to be a PvZ on Shakuras Plateau. And well, we'll see what these two players have for us today. WhiteRa going to be doing the first thing with throwing down a 9 pylon, because when don't you do that? Well, the answer is if you want to go for a 10 gate, but WhiteRa not going to be doing a 10 gate this game because, well, he just doesn't do 10 gates. That's a cheesy build, and WhiteRa is a macro toss player. He loves the Forge Fast Expand, which he's not doing this game, and that pylon went down a little bit late. I'm thinking that he may just be going for the gateway first, because when the probe got down here, he would have like 140 minerals. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but that pylon would have been really late, so he's just like, you know what? If I place the pylon at the top of my ramp, it will be on time. I have done this build in the past because it's what WhiteRa used to do, and may even throw TLO off his tracks. The probe is going to be scouting it in the wrong direction, while the TLO, well, he is going to be going for a 13 pool or a hatch first. I say that because he does have a lover here over 50 minerals, and it is indeed a pool at 13 supply. Is going to be building that drone now. Yes, he is. And we'll see if he goes for that gas momentarily, or if he goes for a pool, then a hatch. And he's not getting that gas, so I'm going to be assuming TLO is going to be going for a hatchery very soon, as WhiteRa does make his way inside of TLO's base. And TLO not making a move just yet, but he's around 200 minerals. He wants to move out very shortly. And this one drone that was on the left side does move out because WhiteRa has vision of this right side. So TLO does manage to sneak a drone down there to build a hatchery right at 15 supply. And it's very well timed, as he went down to like 20 minerals when he built that. The gateway just about done. You have WhiteRa throwing down, it looks like a 15 gas, and maybe that's a 17 pylon. Could be possibly a 16 pylon. It doesn't really matter. TLO is, WhiteRa is going to be building this cybernetics core right at 18 supply. Hasn't got a zealot just yet, but he does know that no lings are on the way out. WhiteRa going to be coming back down. Will be seeing this hatch. I believe he saw it earlier. Just going to be checking that TLO didn't cancel it, because that would be something that TLO would do. However, it would be a very, very silly thing to do, because the probe is bound to go back down there when he's trying to go back home, because WhiteRa doesn't want to lose this probe. 2 lings are going to come out, and the probe is going to be leaving, but the probe takes a lot of hits, and I don't think that will be escaping. It will just be 2 more hits until the probe dies, unless it regenerates shield. But there we go, 1 more hit, resets that shield regeneration. It will be going down momentarily, and it's going to be blown up right now by those 2 lings, and WhiteRa starting his warp gate research and getting a stalker out. Most likely will be moving out when he has a zealot and a stalker. And TLO throwing down a 3rd hatch because, well, he has not scouted WhiteRa one bit, has not made his way up the ramp, so he doesn't know that WhiteRa went for a gateway first. He is just assuming it is going to be a forge opener, like he's done in majority of the games. And I'm kind of surprised that TLO didn't go to scout, even though he has these lings out on the map. Zealot and Stalker gonna be moving out. TLO is in danger of losing this 1 hatch, but WhiteRa doesn't have any more gates on the way behind this, so it looks like he is gonna be expanding behind this, or maybe using this push to find out what TLO is doing, then decide. But the probe is waiting there, so the Nexus will be imminent. The Overlord is out to scout, and the probe goes back, and the Overlord will be seeing that expansion. And WhiteRa going up to check for a 3rd base up here, does not see it. So now he will be going for the hatch down here, but TLO has started 6 lings. It looks like he may be able to defend this 1 hatch. Another stalker is on the way, but TLO, he doesn't know exactly what WhiteRa is doing or how many gateways are behind this. So he is not going to be engaging this 1 force. It looks like he is just going to be going in for the counter attack, because he knows the Nexus, and WhiteRa is going to be walling off that top, so these lings are not going to be doing any damage. This 1 hatchery in very dangerous conditions. It will be going down most likely. We have TLO still just droning up, building a few spine claws up on this high ground as these lings do run in, and there's nothing blocking this just yet. The Zealot is just about out, and the warp gate research just about done. So it looks like TLO won't be able to take out this 1 Nexus, as a lot of units will be whooping in very soon. It looks like there's 9 lings, or maybe 13 lings or something down there. That's more than enough to clean up the 1 zealot. We have another zealot about to be whooped in. This Nexus has taken all the shield out, and maybe lings will be able to take it out. WhiteRa ends up canceling that. His stalker and zealot do come back, And looks like those Lings, they're going to go up into the main, but TLO has not started his speed because, well, he does have the gas. He is supply capped right now, does have 3 Overlords out. And WhiteRa bringing another probe down. He may just be building that Nexus. Yes, he is. WhiteRa moving in more Stalkers because he knows these Lings don't have speed. And behind this, TLO is building a lair at 7 minutes and 20 seconds before he even starts speed. So it looks like he may just be going straight to Mutilix. And WhiteRa is blocking those Lings from leaving the base, killing every single last one of them. And I say mutas just because I see all these spine calls that TLO is building, and he's not getting any roaches, as well as he has all 4 gas already mining. So what else could he be thinking of? I mean, he needs a lot of gas. He's using his minerals in the most defensive way because he is going to be very vulnerable to any early aggression. So it looks like he will be throwing down a Spire very shortly. We do have WhiteRa expanding, going to be taking his 3rd base, and this will be vulnerable to Muta play. A drone is leaving, and well, it will die a very horrible death. WhiteRa will be moving out, and will he engage this? Does he have enough to take out all these spine calls? He comes up and sees all the spines and immediately goes away, does not see that lair, but he may have an idea because, well, that's a lot of spines built to defend such an early push, and he doesn't see any Lings, doesn't see any roaches. So WhiteRa may think something is up. He is just getting more gateways right now. And this next building will be the one that decides if he does think it's going to be mutas or not. And yes, he thinks it's muta play because he saw all those spine calls, because he is throwing down the Twilight Council to get blink for his Stalkers. If he didn't know it was going to be super fast Mutalisks, I guess he'd be getting a Robo Facility because that is what WhiteRa does. But he knows mutas are going to be on the way because, well, he doesn't see anything for defense besides spine crawlers. So he gets that Twilight Council, so he will have blink. TLO is going to try to take map control with these non-speed Lings, but TLO does have speed on the way, so that will be done very shortly, as we do have one Overlord just chilling out right here. WhiteRa with enough to defend against these Lings, easy peasy. But that Spire is just about complete, and TLO having 900 gas when that does complete. 61 out of 92 supply. It looks like he is all ready for mutas. About 10 mutas will be produced right now. There we go, they are being produced. 7, I guess he doesn't have the lava for all 10. But as soon as he gets more lava, he will build more and more mutas. It looks like he is taking a ninja base down here, and he doesn't need many drones at this, so this is a very smart thing to do when doing muta play. You have map control. If WhiteRa's down here attacking this one base, well, your mutas go up. And if you lose this, it's not going to be that much because you're only going to have like 6 drones here just mining the gas because the muta play is very gas intensive. So you don't need many drones, and that is one of the biggest things about losing a base, is losing all like 25 drones at that one base. But TLO would only lose 6, so it's not that big of a deal. He also has a drone right here, so it looks like he will be taking yet another base. Going to be having so much gas, and we do have how many mutas out on the field right now? It is 12 mutas with 2 more on the way, so he is going to be having quite a bit. We do have 12 Stalkers out for WhiteRa, but TLO looking like he has absolute map control. All of WhiteRa's units are down here, and the mutas are going to be flying in, so maybe WhiteRa didn't know about this muta play or didn't know it was coming, as a lot of probes have been taken out by this muta harassment. We do have 10 probes dead so far. The muta is now going to be going into this main, and will be taking out a few more, and the one probe goes in to get the gas and still lives. That is one dedicated probe mining gas that entire time, and TLO does not know about that 3rd base, and WhiteRa does have Stalkers there to defend against these mutas if they chose to came. We have 16 mutas now out for TLO, with even more on the way. He doesn't have any upgrades, but WhiteRa doesn't have upgrades either. We do have both these gases being produced right now. We do have more mutas and coming out on the field, and he's also getting a lot of Lings. Has plenty of spine crawlers up here. Has a few spine crawlers back in his main just in case Warp Prism Play did come out. And, well, TLO looking like he has complete map control. WhiteRa, though, doing a very nice job at tolling up. 49 probes to 54 drones. Even though he has lost 11 workers, he is still up close to WhiteRa's worker count. TLO's worker count. TLO, of course, is the Zerg. WhiteRa is the Protoss. These mutas now coming in. WhiteRa doing a great job at defending. Has plenty of units at this 3rd base. Has plenty of units at this natural. Doesn't have any in the main, but he knows the mutas are down here, so he doesn't have to keep them in there. And, of course, these Stalkers can blink up to defend the main, and these Stalkers could easily blink to defend this 3rd base. He just kind of played this Stalker shuffle game. and easily defend all of these bases. 24 mutas on the map against the 28 Stalkers. No upgrades. Stalkers blink and say no mutas, no kills for you, as TLO is running in here, but there are plenty of units to defend that. TLO definitely getting the short end of that stick. He has lost way more than WhiteRa. WhiteRa losing 1250, TLO losing 1911. We do have +1 on the way for WhiteRa. More Lings and mutas on the way for TLO. He is not favoring getting any upgrades, but he is at 4 bases, and what's odd is he doesn't have any gas at this base. But I mean, this is going to be the least likely base for WhiteRa to attack. We do have 2 more drones being transferred up here. It looks like they are just going to be mining minerals. He only has 2 drones on each gas, doesn't have all 3. Looks like these mutas want to go into the main. And WhiteRa does have plenty of Stalkers here, but TLO also has plenty of units here to try to engage. I think he's trying to get WhiteRa to blink up to defend against this and then go into the 3rd base. We have all the Stalkers blinking underneath of these mutas, but WhiteRa still has plenty over here going behind this middle patch. These Lings are not going to be able to do that much when the Stalkers there. A few blink up to deal with these mutas. And going over this loss tab, it does look like WhiteRa is getting favorable engagements now as, I mean, TLO is getting favorable engagements as WhiteRa now has lost more. The muta is going to be coming in here doing a lot of damage to these Stalkers. And going in this loss tab, WhiteRa losing so much more than TLO. TLO is going to retreat. His +1 weapons is just about done. WhiteRa, of course, does have it. And a few of those Stalkers are very, very injured. More Lings being produced by TLO, more mutas, and TLO going in for the main. Lots of gateways being produced for WhiteRa as he does have the money. And here we go, the muta's going to be coming in here and going to be taking out a lot of probes here, going to worker kill count. We do have 29, 31, so many worker deaths in this one game. WhiteRa, though, is at 52 probes versus the 57 drones, so TLO has definitely cut a lot of workers this game. Plenty of Stalkers ready for those mutas to come in. We do have TLO just being everywhere on this map. It looks like a giant ant farm on the left side of the map. As these mutas do come in, it looks like WhiteRa is coming to defend against it. Does another blink on top of all these mutas. The mutas sticking around, thinking they can take out these Stalkers, and taking out they are. But TLO does have to retreat as he does run into this 3rd base. Stalkers do blink back. A lot of Zealots being morphed in as these mutas are going to try to pick off these Stalkers, and low numbers do get one right there, but another blink does come, and these mutas have to go back away. But now these Lings and mutas taking care of all these Stalkers. This Forge is researching +2 weapons and is now the prime target and will be going down. No +2 for you, WhiteRa. Does that get canceled? No, it does not look like it does. These mutas are now going into the natural, but the Stalkers are there, ready and pounce on it. 57 drones to 48 probes. So WhiteRa doing a very nice job. Still only losing 35, and I know say only, but about 2 minutes ago he lost that number. So now he is defending his mineral lines very well. These mutas going into the main, but there are no probes there. And it looks like WhiteRa is going out on the offensive. TLO has plenty of Spine Close, some mutas and Lings back here, so WhiteRa is going to have a tough time breaking this one fortress. As TLO does start taking out this one Nexus, it is max on that Chrono Boost energy, also taking out one pylon for free just because of that AoE, and another pylon may actually fall. No, it does not. WhiteRa going to be moving in here. We do have a Ling and a muta trying to do damage. Going in this work kill count, it is 40, and now big engagement over here. These Stalkers are getting decimated. By now the drones have been pulled off the line, but it doesn't look like they're even going down. The Stalkers losing numbers very quickly. Going this work kill count, only 2 drones have died, so even though TLO pulled all those drones down, he didn't really lose any, and there's so many mutas out on the field. 25 to the 13 Stalkers, and now TLO is healing his mutas with that, what is that? Transfuse. Keeping his mutas at good HP, and now another big engagement. 27 mutas to the 14 Stalkers. The upgrades 1-0 to 1-0. TLO does win that game with some great micro. And these gases do have 3 drones on them now. This one only has 2. Hope you enjoy that game. I know I did. Take care, guys, and peace out. And by the way, Happy New Year!